The approach that contractors take for non-paying customers hinges on several factors. These include the amount of the debt, the specific jurisdiction where the work was performed, and the contractor's individual circumstances. There are two primary options available to contractors when dealing with unpaid invoices: firstly, mechanics liens, and secondly, small claims court. A mechanics lien is a legal claim against a property. It serves to secure payment for the labor performed or the materials supplied to improve that property. Contractors typically file a mechanics lien on the specific property where they carried out the work or delivered the materials. By filing this lien, the contractor effectively gains a financial interest in the property. This interest provides them with the legal right to potentially foreclose on the property and sell it. The purpose of this sale is to recover the outstanding debt owed to them. It is worth noting that mechanics liens are most often used for more substantial construction projects where the amount of money owed is significant. However, it's important to understand that the process of filing and enforcing a mechanics lien can be intricate and may require a considerable amount of time to resolve. Small claims court represents a different avenue for contractors seeking to recover smaller debts. Small claims court is designed to be a simplified and more informal court system. It is specifically intended for cases involving relatively small sums of money. Contractors have the option to initiate a small claims action against customers who have failed to pay for their services. This is generally applicable when the outstanding debt falls below a certain financial threshold. This threshold typically ranges from approximately $5,000 to $10,000. The process in small claims court is characterized by its relative simplicity and low cost compared to traditional legal proceedings. Notably, contractors have the option to represent themselves in small claims court, eliminating the necessity of hiring an attorney. If the contractor succeeds in winning the case in small claims court, the court will issue an order. This order mandates that the customer fulfill their financial obligation and pay the outstanding debt to the contractor. However, it is important to be aware that small claims court does not involve the filing of a lien against the customer's property. Furthermore, even if a contractor obtains a favorable judgment in small claims court, it can sometimes be challenging to actually collect the awarded funds. This is especially true if the customer is unwilling or unable to make the required payment. When deciding on the most suitable approach for pursuing payment from non-paying customers, contractors should take into account several important factors. Firstly, the amount of the debt plays a crucial role. Larger debts may justify the more extensive process of filing a mechanics lien. This secures the property as collateral, increasing the likelihood of recovering the funds owed. Secondly, the jurisdiction in which the work was performed is also significant. The laws and procedures governing both mechanics liens and small claims court can vary from one jurisdiction to another. It is essential for contractors to be familiar with the specific legal requirements in their area. Thirdly, the contractor's individual situation, including their workload, available resources, and the potential costs and benefits of each approach, should be carefully considered. In many cases, contractors may initially attempt to resolve the payment issue amicably through direct communication and negotiation with the customer. However, if these efforts prove unsuccessful, they may then consider pursuing more formal legal avenues. For larger debts, filing a mechanics lien may be the preferred option, while for smaller debts, a small claims action may be more appropriate. When pursuing legal action to recover unpaid debts, it is essential for contractors to understand the importance of proper documentation. Accurate and complete records can significantly strengthen a contractor's case in both mechanics lien filings and small claims court. Firstly, contracts serve as the foundation of any construction or service agreement. A well-written contract outlines the scope of work, payment terms, and the responsibilities of both the contractor and the customer. It should clearly state the agreed-upon price, payment schedule, and any penalties for late or non-payment. In the event of a payment dispute, the contract serves as a crucial piece of evidence to support the contractor's claim. Secondly, invoices are detailed records of the work performed and the materials provided. Each invoice should include a clear description of the services rendered, the quantity and cost of materials used, the date of service, and the total amount due. It is essential to send invoices promptly and keep copies for your records. Consistent invoicing practices demonstrate professionalism and provide a clear timeline of the services provided. Thirdly, proof of service or delivery is critical. For mechanics liens, you need to prove that you actually performed the work or delivered the materials to the property in question. This can include signed delivery receipts, photographs of the completed work, or statements from witnesses who can verify your presence on the job site. Similarly, in small claims court, you must demonstrate that you provided the services or goods as agreed. Fourthly, payment records are essential for tracking payments received and identifying any outstanding balances. Keep records of all payments made by the customer, including the date, amount, and method of payment. This helps you accurately calculate the remaining debt and provide evidence of partial payments, which can be useful in legal proceedings. Fifthly, correspondence with the customer is also important. Maintain a record of all communication with the customer regarding the payment dispute. This includes emails, letters, and notes from phone conversations. These records can demonstrate your attempts to resolve the issue amicably and show the customer's response or lack thereof. This can be particularly helpful in demonstrating that you made a good faith effort to resolve the dispute before resorting to legal action. Sixthly, lien waivers and releases are used in mechanics lien cases. When you receive payment for a portion of the work, you may be asked to sign a lien waiver or release. This document waives your right to file a lien for the amount you've been paid. It's important to understand the terms of the waiver before signing it. When the project is complete and you've received full payment, you should provide a full and final release of the lien. Seventhly, expert testimony may be needed. In some cases, you may need to rely on expert testimony to support your claim. This could involve hiring a construction expert to assess the quality of the work, provide an opinion on the value of the services, or testify about industry standards. Expert testimony can be particularly valuable in complex construction disputes. When considering legal action, it's also essential to understand the statutes of limitations. The statute of limitations sets a time limit within which you must file a lawsuit or a mechanics lien. If you miss this deadline, you lose your right to pursue legal action. The statute of limitations varies depending on the type of claim and the jurisdiction. Therefore, it's crucial to consult with an attorney to determine the applicable deadline in your case. In summary, contractors have two primary options for recovering unpaid debts: mechanics liens and small claims court. Mechanics liens are suitable for larger debts and involve securing the debt against the property, while small claims court is a simpler and more cost-effective option for smaller debts. Factors such as the debt amount, jurisdiction, and contractors' resources should be considered when deciding on the best approach. Regardless of the chosen method, maintaining thorough documentation and understanding the relevant legal procedures are crucial for a successful outcome.